Hey everybody, welcome to Grilling at the Green. I'm JT. We're here on the West Coast in Portland, Seattle, in Texas, and many places in between. And of course, we are all part of the Golf News Network there. And I will tell you something that's interesting about the Golf News Network. Ryan shared with me some numbers the other day, and Grilling at the Green television portion of this show has just crept in a shade under a million views in the last year or so. So that's kind of a cool thing. Great guest today. If you're a fan of the LPGA Tour, and now you'll be a fan of the Oregon Golf Association, Caroline Inglis is with us today. I have never met her, kind of crossed paths, but not really. And she's now working for the OGA, and she's a great person. So, Caroline, welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
So, it's kind of a transition coming from
Yes.
tour life to a little more, if you will, sedentary life, working in an office. And I'm not demeaning it at all. It's just, it's a different
Right.
lifestyle. How's the transition
Yeah.
going?
Yes, it's been a interesting transition. It's just so different, like you said, being formally on the golf course and pretty active and most of my days spent outside. And now I'm in an office a couple days a week and
Yeah.
um, in the true corporate sense, work setting. So
Yeah.
it's just very different. I would say it's good, and I'm happy with my decision. I think it's just going to take a little bit of time to get used to it and to really kind of get my footing and get my grasp on just a different career. And there's obviously parts I miss about golf, and there's
Yeah.
parts that I enjoy about not playing professionally anymore.
Well, I'm sure the the practice schedule and the pressure is not
Yeah.
quite there now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the biggest thing difference that I've noticed that I like is before when I was playing golf professionally, I never switched off my brain away from golf. I was always thinking about golf, always thinking about what I need to do to get better. And now when I leave work, I turn off my brain and I leave work. So it's a better work-life balance. But I definitely miss the competing. I'm such a like competitive person that I miss playing in tournaments and working towards that. So I think it's time to find some new hobbies, maybe, or just channel that into my fundraising efforts.
Maybe what I can do is make you an official sandbagger
Yeah,
member
there you go.
of my I have a group of guys that we play in a lot of benefit scrambles.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I can be the ringer. Bring me
yeah, you
in.
could be the ringer.
Yeah,
Good. You're hired. Okay.
I'm in. I'm in.
I love that. You had you left the tour. One of the reasons you left the tour is I was reading about it, and you said your body just couldn't really take it anymore. You had some back issues,
Right.
very
Yep.
common, not yours in particular, but back issues are
Mhm.
very common, obviously, on tour,
Yes.
professional golfers. How did you really know when it was time? Because last year after the Annika, you said, I'm done.
Right. I think, well, my back issue started a long time ago. I had surgery in 2019, and then I would re injure it like almost once a year, every
Yeah.
year. And then this past, when was it? June, I re injured it, and it just was not getting better. I was going to tournaments, showing up, playing maybe 9 holes before the actual tournament on Thursday, barely hitting balls. Like I wasn't able to prepare, and it just wasn't getting better. And in October in Hawaii, I missed the cut, and I just like for I finally think I let myself think about doing something besides golf.
Yeah.
um it just felt like if I can't prepare and practice how I want, then what is the point of being out here? And then in this opportunity with the Oregon Golf Association kind of presented itself. And, a lot of other life factors, like I'm getting old and I want to start a family eventually.
Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah. Stop. Stop. You are not old.
getting
Okay.
old for tour life. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not
Okay.
old. I'm not old, but um for playing on the LPGA Tour, you see these 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds coming out and they're carrying the ball 280 yards. But yeah, mostly the leading factor was my back and it just wasn't getting better. And I felt like, okay, maybe this is the time to hang it up and move on. And it just kind of worked itself out.
Yeah, it's tough. You can't. I've had back issues without going into morbid stories, which the listeners have heard pieces of over the years. But it's hard to get away from it,
Hmm.
because every movement, especially on the golf course,
Yeah.
is there. It's
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
Hmm.
You can throw a knee brace on if you need to. You can do some things like that. But a
Right.
lot of times with a back injury, ibuprofen isn't going to cut it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. And, you can get a knee replacement, but you can't really get a spine replacement, unfortunately.
yeah.
It would be nice, but only
Yeah.
got one of them.
No, no. Well, we haven't advanced that much yet. When you left the tour, Caroline, did you think
Hmm.
that, like, I really left everything out there that I could? Because I've talked to a lot of different from
Hmm.
men and women's tours, and they're like, most of them are like, yeah, I did everything I could. Once in a while, I'll get somebody that says, well, I wish I could have done this a little longer or more or something, but very rarely. Usually the pro golfers come in and say, I gave it everything I had.
I mean, in terms of effort and intention and my um, work ethic, I gave it everything I could. I can say I put more than 100% into it mentally, physically, emotionally, for sure.
Yeah.
Um, so yes, I feel like I definitely gave it everything. I wish I could have. There's a lot of with the back injury, there's a lot of medical leaves I had to take or weeks I had to take off or I had to take off an entire year um in 2019.
Yeah.
So in terms of that, I wish I could have kept playing more. I wish that I could be playing on tour right now and it wasn't just a physical limitation. But in terms of effort and that, I definitely gave it my all. But it's funny now. I go and I play for fun, and I have such a better attitude in terms of accepting bad shots and just moving on that I wish I could have had that level of acceptance while I was playing, but I don't know if it works like that. I think maybe when you're playing and it is your profession, you can't have that level of freedom to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But I wish I could transfer that to when I played, but it is what it is.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure that's possible though.
I know. I know.
Because you guys on tour are always you're striving for, the absolute best on every shot.
Right.
Um, and with the pressure on in the tournament, and you play under the television cameras a lot on that tour now, and that,
Yeah.
you can't get away. You're like, oh God, I can't, got to make it
Yeah.
right. So
Hmm.
it's
I
tough.
know.
What's the one thing you miss about being out there?
I miss a lot of things. But the number one would be competing.
Yeah.
I just love, you know, the competition, the pressure, the playing for something. I love that. I think it's so fun. There's no better feeling than when you're in contention and competing and you feel the nerves. I love that. I miss my friends out there on tour,
Hmm.
the social aspect of it. It's such a social job, getting to play or be around all those women and um making good friends. And I guess it's a camaraderie in a sense. I miss that. I don't miss the travel on the airplane and the rental cars and the switching time zones and sleeping in a different bed. But I would say the people and the competition.
I understand. We're going to be back here with Caroline Inglis. More on grilling at the green in just a minute. Be right back. Don't go away. Welcome back to Grilling at the Green. I'm JT. Today, we're very fortunate to have a new member of the OGA community here where I live in Oregon, in Woodburn, Caroline Inglis. Caroline's a former tour player. I'm sure you saw her on TV and read about her in the magazine, so to speak. but we're very fortunate to have her here. I was looking out the window. I can actually look out the window in my office and studio, and I see how pretty it is out there today. And you know,
Mhm.
you're only like 5 blocks from me right now, so we're
Yes.
looking at the same sunshine, and
Yeah,
we're
it's
both thinking
beautiful.
we should be out there on the course, right, doing
We
something like
should
this.
be. It would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. How are you transitioning into the business world? Because that's what you're doing. You're business
Yes.
development and stuff for
I
OGA.
am. Yes, I'm the director of donor engagement and development. So essentially raising money for the junior golf fund here. And we're working on starting up the USNDP team for Team Oregon, which is exciting. Working on kind of a lot of different buckets. But yes, I am adjusting to the corporate world, the business setting. I'm lucky. All of the people here at OGA are great and welcoming, and they've been really receptive and helpful. But yeah, it's it's nice. It's different. I definitely am taking a little time to get into the fundraising rhythm. I'm
Hmm.
going to do a course next week, which will be helpful. But I on tour, I didn't have an agent. I got all my own sponsorships. Uh, so in a way that kind of relates. So I'm used to, talking to people and asking for
Sure.
money and asking them to donate.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to ask. I just saw the fuzzy tail go by there.
Yes, that's my dog.
We're a very pet friendly show here.
Yes.
I'm not sure you'll meet him today, but I have Marvin, the studio cat. He makes an
Oh,
appearance once in a while like
cute.
that. So you get off tour. What did your
Mhm.
husband think about this? I mean, you haven't been married for 350 years like I have. So, there had to be some discussions about that too, where you come home and you say,
Yeah.
I don't think I want to do this anymore, or I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. But congrats on your 350 years
Oh,
of
you're welcome.
marriage, by the way.
Yeah.
Um, yes, I had a lot of discussions, and I think my husband's name is Taylor. He's a very good amateur player in his own right. So he understands golf, which was helpful, but I think he saw the wear and tear emotionally and physically over the years of golf, and I'm sure he got the majority of the complaining or the sadness or the tears when I missed a cut or he's the person that I went to and talked to about everything. So he saw the good, the bad, the ugly. And so I think he was actually really supportive of me hanging it up. He was probably more excited than I wouldn't say he wanted me to retire, but he was definitely happy that I'll be home and happy that I can, find new hobbies and kind of transition into a new part of life.
Did you guys maintain your residence here in the Northwest, or were you in Florida?
No, you could not pay me to live in the state of Florida. I hate humidity. I could not do it. I don't like it. I'm not a humidity person. But we live in Vancouver, Washington, and then in the winters we did have a place in Gilbert, Arizona, which
Oh
we
yeah.
just sold. Yes, the golf course Superstition Mountain gave
Yep. Yep.
7 of us on the LPGA honorary memberships. We were so lucky. They were great to us. And so I practiced and played out there. And so we just sold our Arizona house and we're in Vancouver full time now, which
Well, you
is,
might, after a few winters here, you might head back to Arizona for the winter. You could
yeah,
work remotely like you're doing,
right, exactly.
you know,
Yeah, there you go.
it's all good. I lived in Scottsdale when I was just before and
Yeah.
during when I was in college. And for years I went back and would work there in February every year. And it was
Oh,
like, ah man, when I have to come back here and sometimes there was still snow on the ground or whatever, I was like, no, I
yeah,
want to just turn the plane around. I want
I
to go,
know.
I want to go back.
Yeah, when we get 2 weeks straight of downpour, I am just itching to get back to the sunshine.
So I wanted to ask you, Caroline, about the LPGA Tour has made some huge steps forward the last few years.
Hmm. Yes.
More on television, more sponsorship money, more
Hmm.
prize money, if you will, like that. On a scale of 1 to 10, from when you started on tour and
Hmm.
then to when you left last year, a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a jump do you think they had made by the time you left, and how much do you think they'll make going forward?
That's a great question, and you're right. The efforts on behalf of the LPGA have been insane. I mean, when I started, we didn't have health insurance, which we have now. Didn't have any missed cut stipends, which a lot of the tournaments now, if you miss the cut, they're paying a stipend to cover your travel expenses. The purses have doubled or tripled in the majors. It's just every aspect of each element of a tournament is elevated. It feels like it's incredible to see. It's been quite the journey for the LPGA. I mean, when I first was a rookie, Mike Wan was the commissioner and he was amazing. And then we had Molly, and now with Craig, I think the tour is heading in an incredible direction. Barring the cancellation of the first tournament, I thought that was kind of wild.
Yeah.
Um, that seemed like an interesting decision. I'm not sure I understood that, but besides that, I think Craig is doing an incredible job, and he's no doubt a great person, great businessman, and they're in good hands. A scale of 1 to 10, I would say probably about a 7 or an 8. I mean, it is crazy the amount of growth that I've seen with the tour in the last
Mhm.
9, 10 years. I mean, it's really impressive, and I can't wait to see where it'll be in the next 10 years.
Yeah, I think it's done um, really well.
Hmm.
And as far as also the exposure, the press
Right.
coverage, the television coverage, the podcast coverage, whatever you want to do it,
Hmm.
it's grown exponentially
Hmm.
in that area. So I think that's in a very good spot. Hey, look, Caroline and I are going to take another break. She's going to pet the dog. I'm going to pet the cat over here, and then we'll be back in a couple of minutes more with Grilling at the Green. Stay with us. Welcome back to Grilling at the Green. I'm JT. Today we've got Caroline Inglis, newly minted Oregon Golf Association executive. How's that? Do you like that title?
Yeah, I like that.
You
That
like
sounds
that?
official.
It is official. It's very
Yeah.
good. We've got the Portland Golf Show coming up here on
Nice.
May 6th, 7th, and 8th. We're going to be broadcasting live like we an hour each day from our booth. Maybe we'll drag Caroline over there and abuse her
I'll be there. I'll be there
live
on
one day.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I usually our booths are kind of back to back sometimes,
Oh,
so I can
great.
just reach through the curtains and grab you like
Grab
that.
me. Pull me
Yeah.
on over.
Pull you on
Perfect.
over. Do that. But we will be doing that, and it'll be on all our social media platforms and also Golf Newsnet Live. So you can enjoy the shows there. And it's fun. I always like the Portland Golf Show. It's not like the PGA show where you get lost. You can't get
Mhm.
lost there. There's not too many people in
Right.
comparison, but it's a fun thing. Did you ever think when you were little that this was the career path and the path of your life to this point? Is that something you
No.
thought out of as a, say, just a high school?
Right. No, I did not think that this would be my trajectory. But I started golf late. So I got into the game pretty late and I got better really quick. And I don't think I really realized or wanted to play on tour until I won Pac-12s my junior year in college.
Right.
And that's when I started thinking about it seriously. And then kind of just happened fast, like I got my card my first time at Q school, and then I played the next almost 9 years on tour. So little 13-year-old Caroline would be just enthralled and thrilled that I lived the dream of LPGA Tour golf. In terms of now in transitioning to more of a career in business, I never, once I kind of committed to golf, I never let myself think about what I would do after that. I'm like, oh, I have a
Mhm.
business degree. I'll do something in business. And then when I started thinking about retiring, I had to really think, okay, what would I want to do? And I definitely wanted to give back. I wanted to help other people. I wanted to do something in the sports world. And this job presented itself and was a great fit. So to answer your question, no, but I'm happy with it. I think it's a great first job after playing
Sure.
professionally, and I'm enjoying it a lot so far.
They may have not have told you at OGA, but a lot of people that it's like Hotel California. You can't ever leave.
Is that what Brent Whitaker says? He's been
Yeah.
here forever, right?
Yeah. 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 Barb Trammell was there for
Oh, yes.
18 or 20 years or something. Barb was there for a
Yeah.
long time.
She
So,
was. She was. Yeah,
yeah, she did a great job. But
she
yeah,
did.
so I think that's the part of the job description that's in very, very, very small print like that. Is your husband in the golf industry at all?
He, for work, no,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
trades lumber. He's a lumber broker.
Oh, good man.
So yeah, not at all in the golf, but he's golfing right now today. He's at Portland Golf Club playing with his friends. He's a professional amateur, is what I say. He's
Uh,
got, yeah, work hard, play hard, right?
I like that. Well, those lumber brokers too, they're kind of like stock market guys. They get up a little earlier and they do a lot of
Yes.
trades, and a lot of times by noon they're out of the office.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah, I had a couple of clients that were back in the day that were lumber brokers, and all of a
Mm,
sudden at 1 o'clock in the afternoon they'd show up with a beer in their hand, going, "Hey, what's going on?" I'm like, "Don't you work?" "Oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah."
Yeah,
Like,
I worked this morning for
yeah,
an
I worked
hour.
this morning. Where were you? You were still in bed when I went to work this morning. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, we talk a lot, Caroline, about always growing the game.
Yes.
We want to grow the game, and we want to do this. Sometimes I think, and I'm not talking about what we do here locally. Um, Sometimes I think in previous years, they've only kind of paid some lip service to it. But now I see with some programs and like what the OGA is doing, what they do at like well, now it's the standard Portland Classic with the
Hmm.
with the kids there on the weekends and that kind of thing.
Right.
I think they're actually doing that. And of course, First Tee is huge like that.
Hmm.
What do you see as far as going forward that we can do to help grow the game, especially with kids? But on the flip side of that, people that are um, maybe retiring,
Hmm.
maybe their job after COVID, they never went back to the office full time. They worked, a partly remote schedule and they could play golf. That's a big ask. And that's two very different ends of the spectrum between kids and people in their 40s or 50s and onward. How do we
Right.
combine all that and make it work?
That's a good question. I think in terms of junior golf, I mean, there's a ton of opportunities to grow the game and give back. I know here at OGA, we really focus on making golf affordable, one, and two, accessible. I think Youth on Course is a
Oh
great
yeah.
program. If you haven't heard of that, it's essentially Oregon Golf Association, excuse me, subsidizes rounds for kids to play at these participating golf courses. There's over 70 courses in Oregon that participate, and the kids can play for under $5. And so a lot of donations and volunteering go, if you want to give back in that way, you can give money. We'll take that and we'll apply it to a subsidy. And that's a great way to encourage kids to actually go out, get off the screens, get off the
Yep.
computer, and go out and play golf with their friends. And it's very affordable. Um, and then I think people can volunteer. Like you said, the getting the kids out of the standard Portland Classic, they're volunteering. There's also volunteer opportunities for 40, 50, 60-year olds, like you said, there are at our elite junior championships, volunteer opportunities. I think golf is such an incredible game because it teaches you and kids, it teaches everyone life skills that you can
Hmm.
actually use and you can play this game for your whole life. So I think getting kids into golf at a young age, there's a big benefit to that. I think it teaches them how to actually have a conversation and to get them off their phone, off TikTok. That's my biggest thing. Um, yeah, so I think there's a ton of ways to give back. Youth on Course comes to mind. We've got plenty of ways to do that in our community.
Yeah. Well, David's been on this show a couple times
Yeah.
and have spoken to him lots on the show and then off the show and stuff and about youth on course. And in fact, last year when they had the event at Waverly, you were
Yes.
there. I saw you.
I was there.
You
Yes.
were there because Monica was making an exit and you were making an entrance, so to speak, like
Yes.
that. But that's
Mm-hmm.
that's always a nice event to kind
It
of
is.
help perpetuate the youth on course thing. And I think it's good.
Yeah.
I just because I'm over 50 by a shade, uh, I hate to see the over 50 crowd, if you will, kind of, I don't want to say excluded, but overlooked a little bit because there's a
Right.
lot of them that at that point in life, maybe they've tapered back or they've retired. They've got
Mm-hmm.
the means to go play golf and do that.
Right.
Maybe we should go geezers on course or something,
I like it.
a
I,
program like
I'm
that.
I'm down for it. Geezers on course.
Yeah, geezers on course, man. There's a lot of them. I know when COVID hit, you couldn't find a tea time around here.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. And I think it's still a pretty upward trajectory in terms of
Yeah.
tee times and people getting out there and playing golf. But there are, there's a lot of men's club, women's club events, things to get involved in. I think for middle-aged people, um, really leaning into the social aspect, not as much as competitive, which is great, I think.
Okay, I want to jump around a little bit here, Caroline. When you were playing on tour, was there a group that you played with in the tournament that just made you go, "Oh, geez," it's kind of sent the fear of God through you the first time you? Maybe it was, I don't know, uh, somebody, Lorena Ochoa or Nelly or somebody like that that you got paired with at some point, and you went, "Eh," and then you figured out they're just humans too.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They're mere mortals, but
right. No, that happened a couple of times. I think though I have a couple that stand out. Though my first was my rookie year. I was paired with I think it was So Yeon Yu and Morgan Pressel. And Soyeon was having a really good year, and Morgan Pressel, she's a big name, and I was just a
yeah,
rookie. And we were teeing off two or three shots back of the lead on a Saturday, so we were, like, we were all in contention, and I was very nervous, just not being in that position. I think it's natural, but I was, yeah, a little shaky on the first tee, not feeling too comfortable. But they were so great. They were so welcoming. They were nice. Three holes go by and we're all chatting. And I'm like, oh, I could be friends with these girls. They're great.
yeah.
I think also the first time I played with Nelly, it was more of, I can't wait to watch this and see why she's so good. And then I found myself every other shot just staring at her ball flight. I mean, it's
Yeah.
so high. It's so much control. It's just so impressive. But yeah, all the time. I mean, the first time I played with Charlie Hall, it was hysterical. She's vaping in my face, not on purpose, but
No, no.
I'm like, oh, I smell strawberry. Oh, it's just Charlie vaping on the tee box.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's so sweet and funny. Her commentary, her golf commentary is hysterical. So it was always out of admiration and interest. But no doubt, as a rookie, I was not very comfortable a few times.
Okay. All right. Hey, Caroline and I are going to take another break here on Grilling at the Green. We'll be back in about 2 minutes and wrap this up. And she is going to suffer the abuse of after hours today. So stay with us. Welcome back to Grilling at the Green. I'm JT. Today, we've been very fortunate to spend the hour with Caroline Inglis, former LPGA Tour player, now works for the Oregon Golf Association. Caroline was kind of a prodigy going through high school and stuff, and quite a name here around the Pacific Northwest. She played for U of O. Sorry, I'm a Beaver guy, so but I'll forgive you.
I
Uh,
won't hold that against you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. What's on the card? I see you've got a flag from the
Oh
Portland
yeah,
Classic.
that is my flag I got for making a hole in one at the Portland Classic.
Oh,
The
excellent.
the lovely pro shop staff at Columbia Edgewater made that for me. It's the scorecard, the flag, and the ball. And then that is from my golf coach at Oregon, Rhea Scott. She made that for me when I graduated. It's just like a little flag, a memento, and a few pictures.
Excellent, excellent. Well,
Yeah.
you played out of Columbia Edgewater, didn't you?
Yes, I have. We've been a member or members there since 2016. So we're still members there. We played there on Sunday in the pouring rain, the Super Bowl scramble. Great course. I love it.
If you're up there and see my buddy Jim Myers, tell him hello for me.
I will. I love
Jim is
Jim. He's
Jim
great.
is a great guy.
He
Jim is
is.
a great guy. So where do you see Caroline Inglis? Forget about the Hotel California, analogy in the last segment here.
Yes.
But where would you like to see yourself in 20 years?
Wow. That's a tough question. I I don't know. I think I still would like to be in a position where I'm giving back in
Hmm.
some way. Hopefully still in sports. I don't know if it's in golf or not. I'd love to have a family at some point. And yeah, I think that's all I've got for that answer. I'm not quite sure. I'm still figuring out what life looks like after professional golf. So trying to find some new hobbies and just kind of get a grasp on life post professional golf.
There you go. Anything interest you as far as hobbies?
Yes, a lot. I really want to get into pickleball, but I'm afraid I'm gonna break an ankle. Um, yeah, a lot of I dabble with thinking. I'm like, "Oh, maybe I want to learn an instrument. Maybe I want to, I don't know, play a different sport or all. I've got a lot of ideas, and I just need to pick one or two.
Well, you're pretty new at this retirement gig, so
Yes,
you give yourself some time there.
right.
Yeah, just don't go do the Lindsey Vaughn thing, the downhill slalom. Okay.
Yeah, I do not intend to do that.
Okay. Well, I'm just, big brotherly advice there for you.
Yes, thank you.
As
We don't need
I
to be wiping out.
no, I was talking to my neighbor before we came on to do the show, and I said, because he's going skiing tomorrow. I said, yeah, I used to ski
Oh,
when I was in high school, and and then when I was in college, I still skied a bit, and then I came home from Los Angeles where I was going to school, had a brand new pair of head skis and some new real shiny yellow Italian boots, and caught a tip, snapped the tip of my ski, and that was the last time I ever skied.
oh God.
Yeah, I
Oh,
kind of had to snowplow down the hill and
oh yeah.
and I just it's like I lost my enthusiasm
Right.
on
That's
that
fair.
day.
That's fair.
What advice for young girls especially who have aspirations to go on the tour?
Hmm.
You had yours there.
Hmm.
What would Caroline say? This is what you should do. This is where you could go. This is how you do it. Any piece of advice for, let's say,
Right.
a 15-year-old potential superstar?
It's a good question. I would say get a team around you that you trust and that you believe can take you to the next level, whether that's swing coach, trainer, physical therapist, sports psych, all of the above. Um, get people you trust and stick with them and don't listen to outside opinions. Just put your blinders on and work hard, do your thing. I think above all else, it's really important to keep golf fun. When you start getting too serious, it can take a mental toll negatively, I think. So keeping it light and fun and remembering that it's a game. But yeah, you work hard and you work on the right things and you're gonna go somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. That's good advice for life too. Caroline Inglis, who is now, let's see, I was trying to get your title right here, and I don't know where I didn't
Oh,
write it down.
director of donor engagement and development.
There you go. Big. It's too
Mhm.
big for one line on a nameplate plaque for
It's
your.
very, very long. You can thank Rick Rangel for that.
I will next time I see him.
Yes, tell him.
Anyway, Caroline, thank you. Stick around for after hours. We'll be back next week with some more grilling at the green. Until next time, like I say every week, go out, have some fun, play some golf, but most of all, be kind. Take care, everybody.